Upcoming fall semester, I am going to be living off campus, so I decided to make a video on how it was like living on campus. And I used to hear that train like in the middle of the night, just like, what are you doing? As a freshman, you automatically get a curfew. You are not allowed to stay past 12 o'clock. It's corny, it's wag, because it's like we're freshmen. Like, that was one thing I hated in the fire drill. I really hated the fire drill.
I'm in my yak, I wanna dance. I'm on that yak, I wanna dance.
Hey YouTube, my name is Taina, but everyone calls me TT. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is me going to be talking about my experience living on Benedict College campus. I am now a junior. In this upcoming fall semester, I am going to be living off campus, so I decided to make a video on how it was like living on campus. So I stayed on campus my freshman year, first semester, which was during the pandemic, and then I didn't stay the second semester, but I did come back my sophomore year, and I did stay for 2 semesters. And those two, I stayed in 2 different dorm halls, so I will be talking about 2 different dorm halls that I lived in and the experience living in them. So if you don't know what Benedict College is, Benedict College is an HBCU in South Carolina, Columbia, and it's not a university. It's a private school, I think. You know, we're not even gonna get into all that. We're just gonna jump right into it. So if you're an upcoming freshman, of course, you probably have a lot of questions. You know, you're probably wondering like, okay, how is it like really staying on campus at this college? And I'm here to tell y'all the truth, the honest God, honest truth. Not lying. I don't lie about nothing. This is for real, because before I entered college, I wish I could have watched a video like this, but I didn't. But now I'm making one, so this is your opportunity to watch it. So when it comes to college, the first thing we always wondering, like, the dorm. Like, you know, we always ready to decorate our dorm, see how our dorms look like. So we're gonna talk about the dorm. Came up with questions y'all probably will ask, so I can give y'all the full experience without being all over the place. So how are the dorms? Automatically, you don't really pick your dorm, you automatically get sent to a dorm. I remember signing a paper where I was picking my dorm, but I still got sent to the freshman dorm. So freshmen, you're automatically put into a dorm. So the dorms aren't co-ed, they're separated. So there's one building for girls and one building for boys. So for freshman boys, you're gonna end up in Jenkins, and for freshman girls, you're gonna end up in Mather. I know some people who went to Jenkins and that stayed in the dorm in Jenkins. I can't even go into it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So for the girls, you do stay in Mather. So Mather is a very big, tall building. It's 12 floors. It is a 12-floor building, and each floor has its own bathroom, and that is the bathroom you're going to be sharing with your floor. So there's no suite. It's automatic. It's no suite. I don't even think you get the option to pick a suite as a freshman, but you do automatically get a community bathroom that you share with that whole floor. The rooms are kind of like small. In my opinion, it's small, especially if you're sharing with, like, if you're having a roommate. It's kind of small. But me, my freshman year, because of the fact that I entered a pandemic, I didn't get a roommate. A lot of people didn't get a roommate, but some people did, because of the amount of people that decided to come on campus during a pandemic. And the walls are like cement walls. The windows are like taped. Oh my gosh, it's taped around it. So I don't even think you could really open your window, but you do have an air conditioner in your room, so you can control your AC. When you're going into your dorm, you have there's a lot of necessities that you need. Like, make sure you have a caddy to carry all your stuff in, some shower slippers, because when I tell you that community bathroom is like not it ain't it. Like, the walls, I've seen some community bathrooms on different floors. Some of their paint be peeling off of it and everything. Just the community bathroom is just like, I mean, for a community bathroom doesn't even sound good, but it just looks worse. It looks even worse. So yeah, the dorms are really small, and then you automatically get your own closet. You get a closet, you get a drawer, you get a desk. So those are in your room. In your room, you have a bed, you have a desk, you have a drawer, and you have a closet. Those are 4 things in there automatically. And nah, you bring your own lamp. I have my own lamp. a lot of the questions that some people might ask is like the noise. So the walls are very thin in the dorm hall, so you can hear a lot of the things going on in the next room. I don't want to say they're thin because it is like cement walls, like it's cement walls, but you can hear a lot of the noises like next to you, and you can hear a lot of the outside noises too, because there's always a lot of like the train be running morning, night. Like I used to be sleeping and I used to hear that train like in the middle of the night just like going off. It's just like, what are you doing, what are you doing? But yeah, you can hear a lot of outside noises. You can hear a lot of other people talking, being loud. It depends on how loud they're being, but you can hear a lot of noises from the outside. So if you would ask me, is it noisy? Freshman wise, yeah, because everyone's excited, you know. We're on campus, living on campus, freedom, especially if you're coming from a strict household. Like, it's noisy. There are rules in the freshman halls. I think it's for all halls. I don't think it matters by the classification. There are rules. So you cannot have loud noises. So if you do get a noise complaint, you do get a fine. It depends on how like strict your RA is, and depends on how like the other people next to you on how they feel about how noisy you're being. But if you do get a complaint on being noisy, you do get a fine. But you know what? Since we're talking about fines and rules, let me tell you the rules there. And it's for any hall, honestly. So I feel like any college you go to, there are rules for your dorm, no matter what. So for freshmen, as a freshman, you automatically get a curfew. You are not allowed to stay past 12 o'clock. It's corny, it's wag because it's like we're freshmen, like, but it's a rule. If you do get caught, if you do come past 12, you do get a fine. I'm not for sure I think it's $100 fine. You do get a fine. You get a fine if you bring you're not allowed to have visitation, but that's any dorm either. You're not allowed to have visitation. You get a fine for that, because I don't know if it's really been always like that or it's because of COVID. I know there was very big on it my freshman year because of how like bad COVID was. You're not allowed to bring other genders, like, well, the opposite gender into your room, because if you're caught, oh baby. And especially if you're caught doing something you're not supposed to be doing with that gender, with that opposite gender, oh baby, might as well just drop out. Just drop out. It's like, nah, but you aren't. It's not that deep, but it's that deep. You're not allowed to bring an opposite gender. You're not allowed to make a lot of noises. What else? You gotta keep your room clean. So RAs, every dorm have RAs. So your RAs always checks your room every weekend, I want to say. Some RAs check more than once a week, but most RAs check once a week. You're supposed to keep your room clean. If your room is not clean, I think you get written up. I've never been written up, but I think you do. You do have to keep your room clean. What else? And there's fire drills. Like fire drills, there's mandatory fire drill. You never know when it's gonna happen. It happens at the most randomest time. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning and there's a fire drill. That's just what it is. You know what? That's crazy. I realize that's one of the things that I'm not gonna miss. Them fire drills, not the best. What else? You're automatically provided Wi-Fi. Like, you don't even gotta worry about Wi-Fi. Like, once you get to the building, they probably have a paper with the Wi-Fi name and password, username and password, or you could get it from RA, you could get it from anybody. You're automatically given like Wi-Fi service, connection service, and a gym is for the girls in Mather Hall. There's actually like a lobby all the way up on the 12th floor, and then in the basement there's also laundry. So you have laundry and you have a lobby where you're able to get snack. I don't want to say the lobby because that's the first floor, but like a student center, I want to say, all the way on the 12th floor. So you're allowed to do your homework there, study. There's like a little gym area, and there's a microwave. Oh, let's get into that too. Another rule that they have is you're not allowed to have a microwave or a fridge your first year coming in. You're not. So there's a fridge there's a fridge in the lobby. I mean, if you want to keep your stuff in there, go ahead. But you aren't allowed to have a fridge or a microwave because of safety reasons. But if you have a doctor's note, you're able to be able to keep yours, or if you're an RA. But you don't become an RA till like sophomore year, I believe. I'm not for sure. The one thing I hated most about being on campus was the bathroom. It was just nasty. It was just disgusting. It was just, it's like they clean it every day, but it never looked clean. Never. Like, I can say it didn't stink unless somebody used it, like, you know, did their little business, but it just looked old, run down. Like, it looked like it just needed to be remodeled. The sink looked dirty. Like, they cleaned it every day, but it never looked clean. I just never understood that. So that was one thing I hated. In the fire drill, I really hated the fire drills. Fire drills were just like, no one wants to wake up at 3 in the morning, especially when you're in a good sleep. Like, no one wants to get up at 3 in the morning, evacuate the building because y'all doing a fire drill, or someone set off the alarm. Oh yeah, and also be careful when you're using your flat iron, your blow dryer, because those will set off the alarm faster than you know, and you can get a fine for setting off the alarm, whether you did it by accident or not. We're gonna talk about the food, the cafeteria food. So of course, freshman year, I used to be in that cafeteria munching on that food. Munching. Used to be in there like, but it's not like that no more for me. Like, it's just, I just realized how not good for me it was. Like, you know, you might still want to eat cafeteria food, but the cafeteria food, in my opinion, is just not all that. And then the soda machine, sometimes there will be soda in it, or most of the time it was just water coming out of it. You ever seen that TikTok video where it's just water coming out the soda machine? It's like my HBCU, and it's just water coming out. Yeah, that's real. Like, that's not fake. That's for real. That really happened. So if you want to eat that cafeteria, go ahead. But the cafeteria food do contains like biscuits, yams, mac and cheese, rice or patties, or meatballs, spaghetti. Like, it all sounds good till you see it or try it. I just, in my opinion, it was good to me freshman year, sophomore year. I just couldn't be in that cafeteria no more. So my freshman year was like, freshman year is pretty much supposed to be exciting, but because I entered 2020 pandemic, a lot of events were canceled. But that's one thing I can say, they do throw a lot of events, but especially during like homecoming seasons, it just like, or the Harambe festival or whatever, they do throw a lot of events. But it's up to you whether you want to go to those events or not. Me, I was more of a laid back type of person. But my freshman year, I can't really say much for my freshman year because I wasn't able to do a lot because of the fact that, one, I only stayed for first semester, and two, it was the pandemic. Like, we were still in a very bad pandemic. Now let's talk about my sophomore year. Sophomore year living on campus. So sophomore year living on campus, I'm gonna say is better because upperclassmen, you do like have more dorms you can choose to stay in, but most of the time if you don't choose your dorm, they're putting you in Haskell. And Haskell is, I want to say it's co-ed, but it's still split up. Like, the building is split up where the girls on one side, the boys on the other. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, no. Sophomore year was my best year, and also because of the fact that, one, I didn't have to shower in the community bathroom. But I'm gonna say this: the bathroom in high school is so much better. But let me not get off track. Let's get back on track. So sophomore year, you are put in Haskell. You can choose to be in other halls, but I stayed in Haskell, so I'm gonna keep it simple and might talk about how I was to stay in Haskell. So on the left side is the girl side. I think that's how it goes. Left side is girls, right side is boys. They do have a suite option, and then I did pick the suite option for that year, and I did stay in a suite. And I really did like my suite. Like, it didn't look like a suite, but I did like the suite. Because the fact that, one, I only had to share a bathroom with 3 other girls, but the only downfall about the suite was we had to clean the bathroom ourselves. We did have to clean the bathroom ourselves. I mean, which is nothing wrong with that, but like, I like that we had cleaning people that was cleaning our bathrooms. But for when you stay in a suite, you do clean the bathroom yourself. If you watched my video, my move-in video, I did give y'all a little tour of how the suite looked in my side of the room. I had a bed, a desk, and then a closet. And then under it were like, how many drawers? 2 drawers, 2 big drawers. So the dorm there were basically, I want to say way better than the freshman dorms, because of the fact that, one, you don't have a curfew. So I was able to walk up and in out of there anytime I wanted to. 2, I picked the suite, so I didn't have to share the community bathroom. And 3, you are allowed to have a fridge and a microwave. So once you're done with your freshman year, so sophomore year and up, you are allowed to have fridge and a microwave. But freshmen, you're not. And it was, I want to say, it was pretty much, it was way more like, I'm just saying better. Living was better. You still did have like a little student center hall where like they had fridge and they had a microwave, and you were still able to study and stuff in there, but you were able to still do all that in your own room because of the fact that you literally have access to everything that you want. Food, a microwave, a desk. There's no curfew, so it's pretty much chill and it's cool. I really did enjoy my sophomore year, but anyway, college is always how you make it anyways. It's still the same. I still feel the same way about like the walls you still can hear a lot. You can still hear a lot from the outside, and you can still hear a lot from people like next door to you. But I think that's just how like the buildings are set up. One thing I liked about high school is like once you enter the building, they had this big like window thing. If you watch any of my videos, you've seen me walk past the window thing. Freshman dorms are really the worst, but sophomores and up, it actually gets way better. Like the living situation gets so much better, and then you have more freedom. And it's basically just the same things. Like got the cafeteria, lounges, and you know there's a library. There's also a really big library that you're able to go in anytime you want, and that's pretty much it. Like living on campus, I didn't do a lot. I didn't do a lot on campus. I mean, I went to events, but some events I did too were mostly off campus, but they were run by students there. But those are like, if you're a freshman, it's hard for you to go to those events because those events are lasting till like 2 a.m. But I do want to say like those are my honest experience about living on campus. I didn't want to say too much because I don't want to sound like I was bashing the college, but I was just trying to be honest, truthful, and that's just how it is. I hope, did I say enough? How long is this video? Oh, this video is 23 minutes. Oh, heck no. I feel like there's so much more to say, but I feel like there's not much I can say because I just told you like how it was living on campus, how the dorms look, the rules, basically how noisy it can get. You might meet some chill people, you might not. But any college you go to, you just gotta be careful. You just gotta be observant, but you know, just enjoy the time while you're there, especially that freedom from coming from strict households. Definitely time to enjoy. But my experience living on campus were very much simple. You might find your clique, you know, find a group of people that you spend a lot of your time with in your dorm, outside your dorm. You know, just like, it's just regular, honestly. I just wanted to like really give y'all an insight of how living in the dorms was because they don't tell you enough about that. And I really wanted to get this video done also because I was like, you know, since I lived on campus, I might talk about how it was like living on campus. And now I don't live on campus, I live off campus. Well, now I'm going to be entering living off campus. And whenever I get the full experience of that, I can definitely make a video on like how it is like living off campus, how I keep up with it. And what's better, living on campus or living off campus? But other than that, I hope you guys stayed all the way to the end. Hope it's like my video's not all over the place or like me talking is all over the place. And I really don't know what to say. And I hope, oh, temperature too high. My camera did turn off because it said the temperature was high, so I'm gonna just wrap it up. If you guys stayed all the way to the end, thank you. I hope you got the information that you wanted or needed. If you didn't, I'm sorry. If you do have any questions for me, just let me know. I'll probably answer it in a different video. And if you are gonna be entering Benedict College upcoming semester, good luck. I hope you enjoy your time and you know make the best of it because at the end of the day you're paying to stay there. So just make the best of it. If you have any other questions, just comment down below. If you got any good insights, just like and of course subscribe because you know we're on the road. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video.
I'm in my yak, I wanna dance. I'm on that yak, I wanna dance. Come get your